To this episode of the fascinating world of binary options. I'm Eric Roberts. I'm the Music City Trader. My buddy Todd, well, I think he's asleep or his studio is broken. I don't know. You know what? I think it is mostly that his studio is broken. But right now, today, we are talking about Romans 13 compounding plan that we are in, and we are up today. We are up another 4% actually, with a 2% goal. But I want to explain this to this channel. I'm not sure I've explained it to this channel. The path that we're on, we're going to explain exactly what we're doing to get a really, really safe, really secure 2% growth in binary options every day. Also show you where the chart is if you want to get the chart from our website and just see what I did today. I'll show you my trading, everything I did today, and how we're actually doing this. It'll be, about 10-minute episodes, so just stand by and watch this. A very, very important episode, probably one of the most important episodes you'll ever watch on the fascinating world of binary options in terms of learning what we're doing to actually make money. So stand by, let's get started. Now, folks, before we get started, I want you to go ahead and download the sheet. You can actually download from the link in this description, the Romans 13 Compound Binary Options Trading Sheet. It is right here from the Studio 43 store. Go ahead, click the link, and get the sheet. You know why you're going to want the sheet? Because the sheet is what changes sort of how you are going to trade and how you're going to win. So first of all, let me bump into my pocket option account and show you my session for today. I'm up at 385.86. Now, I started, and I've been taking notes every day since April 1st. So at April 1st, I started with $75. And actually, it was just a 50% deposit or $50 deposit that I went ahead and put a 50% coupon on. So I started with $50, and it pumped me up to 75 right away, or it was like 78. And every day I've been kind of growing. The first couple days in this plan, I was not following the rules exactly, so I got off and I made those notes. So when you download the sheet, you're going to see some of my notes like, why did I do that to myself? And you're going to see how I did it. But we've learned a couple things about winning in binary options. And one thing is you've got to keep your wins big and your losses small. And the only way you can do this is to employ what we're calling compounding. It's not like we made it up or whatever. It's just compounding. But we have made up a system, mathematical system, to compound safely and to get your win and to know when to stop. The second thing we've done is we've set a bottom loss. In other words, if we get down a certain amount of money, we stop for the day or for the session. And every day within our account, we have a certain amount that we're going to risk. We're going to show you that too. That's in the chart. And the last thing we have to do is we have to absolutely stop. Okay, we've set a couple different stop points, but there might be a day when you lose. Now, previously on this channel with Todd and I, we have traded transparently open. We have not hid anything. We have pretty much stuck it out there, and we have been losing money. When we try to trade, we lose money here. We gain some money, then we lose it all, mostly because we have been doing the martingale. The martingale is terrifying, actually. We would go for 30, 40 days winning. And then like some of our people would comment like, pretty soon you're going to lose. And we thought we could beat the odds doing martingale only. And I've come to the conclusion that I don't want to say definitively for you people watching in our audience, but for me and for Todd, we've definitively come to the conclusion that we cannot win martingaling. And it's because at some point, someday, you will get to a place where you have to leverage more of your account. Now, if you have a massive account, you can probably win martingaling. You can probably win martingaling if you have a massive account, like just more money than you ever need, and you can always dig deeper and deeper and deeper into your account. But it is terrifying for someone with a small account, or even anybody who has any thought of losing money, like I don't want to lose this money. Now, yes, binary options is risky. Of course, you're going to lose some money if you do the wrong thing. So let's look at my session today, and then I'm going to jump into the chart. Today, I did not too bad. I started out at $1.50 trade, and I'm going to compound this trade up. Now, the chart that I talked about in the beginning shows you how to do all this. So I take $1.50 trade and I win it. So I take the next trade, which is 280, and I win it. And then I took the next trade, 530, and the thing is I did not win this trade. What happened is I was losing it, so I doubled up on this trade with the double up feature. Now, this is technically against the rules. Now, I broke this rule because I was early in my session and I have about $30 in my bank to risk. So I felt like this was a pretty safe bet. Now, I could have lost, and I would have lost my $5 and my $5. So I would have been down almost, a third of my risk for today. This probably would have been the end of my morning session. But I won it, so this is a tie. Okay, let's call this a tie. And then I went for another $5.30 trade because I was compounding, because I technically had won this one, and I lost it. So now I'm down. Basically, in all of that, I'm down $1.50. Okay, because I started with $1.50. Okay. So then I went ahead and I started again with $1.50. I lost that $1.50, and then I realized that today I think I should be trading with $1.80. So I was like, really, I should be at $1.80 today, and I have a number for $1.80. I was starting kind of low. I was like, let's go ahead and jump up to $1.80. So not a major change, but it's definitely a change in the numbers here. So that's why you see the numbers changing. So I changed to $1.80 starting trade, which was technically what I could have used today anyway with the amount I have. And then I won that trade. I went to the full compound of 340. I won that trade. I went for a 650 and I lost it. Okay, so this is now I'm into like my third try. So I've tried 3 times I'm trying to get a 3 compound, or maybe even a 4. Okay, so then you'll see I finally won here. Now I won $1.80. I went in for another trade, 340. I went in for another trade, 650 when I won that one. Now I held back $2 out of this trade. That's something that's in the chart. It tells you to hold back, after you've won your 3 in a row, hold back your first trade amount so that in case you lose, you're not losing that $1.80. It would be like it never happened. So that's another small mathematical tweak that we've made. And then I went for a $10 trade. Like I held out $2.48, which is, even more than my first trade I held out. And I won that $10 trade. So now I have $19.20 there. And that's when I stopped. So let's look at, just for kicks and giggles, let's look at my screenshots on the last set there. I have some screenshots of that trade, and I'll pull them down here. That last $10 trade was a bounce off this line. Now, I knew it was kind of bouncing off this bottom line. I had a feeling it was getting ready to turn. I'd won my other trades on the way down. I'd started trading on this green candle right here, and I'd won my trades going down. But I felt like we were in consolidation and that it was getting ready to relieve. The consolidation was kind of getting ready to go back up. Let me take a look at this India. Yeah, see, I won here. Let's see, where was that? This was back a ways. So it kind of went back up, then it kind of starts going back down again. So I think that it's okay. I can't really tell you. This might have been even back here. I think it was, yeah. So it did keep going down. I got lucky on that one. It kind of went back up for a minute, and I got lucky. So that's good. But I was right because I felt like it was relieving. It got to the bottom. That's a 1 minute candle. There was a doji, and I thought, well, this is turning. So I went ahead and took it. And let me look for kicks here. It's 8:16 in the 1 minute. So 8:18, 8:17. Yeah, let's go back to 8:17. I want to go back to the 1 minute chart here real quick. Go back to 8:17 just to see what really happened. Where is it? It's way back here. 8:17. 8:16, 8:17. So yeah, this is what happened in the 1 minute chart. Yeah, it dojied out. It went up. It bounced. It went back down. So if you look at the 30 second at 8:17, I'm just seeing what happened. Yeah, I won right here on this little thing. So I was winning on the way down. It hit the bottom, and then it sort of started to go back up. I won, and when it went back up, that one candle, and then it just sort of, it's still kind of consolidating. It's kind of moving sideways. Not great. The time in the morning I'm trading is not great. It's moving sideways, and that's fine. So I did get my wins. So here's how the chart works And here's what I put in my notes today, that I took a break on Sunday. I'm not going to trade on Sunday. It's really kind of crazy on Sunday. I've blown my account a couple times on a Sunday, and I just get a bad feeling because I'm trying to do family time, and then I come into trade, and it just feels wrong. It just feels like off to me. It doesn't feel like a work day. Like stuff is going on that I can't focus maybe. I try to throw in a session real quick between this and that, and it just doesn't seem to flow for me. So Sundays are going to be a break day, but every other day you can see I'm winning. This is a 4% gain. So guys, here's what's happening in this chart. In this way, here's what's actually happening. We are taking 370 today to 385.86, which is a gain of $15, which was a percent change of 4%. Now, I'm not going to go through the entire explanation of this whole chart, but I'll explain to you how I'm trading. Is I'm using a 7% risk for the day. So I'm only risking 7% today. And I'm really, according to Todd, only trying to get a 1.76% gain. That's all I wanted to get today. But for me, I'm really actually trying to go to like 4 or 5%. That's what I've been doing. So for Todd, it's okay. We have decided it's okay if we stop at 1 point. Like if we get a gain of 1.76 or above. So let's say we win a 3 series and we end up on a 2.2% gain, which happened yesterday. I think yesterday I had a 1.8% gain. 1.88%. And I stopped. The day before I had 2.33. The day before I had 2.5. Now, before I did that, I had 11% the previous day. And I've just been going up and down, whatever. But I've been mostly going up since I started this. But you can see, so up here I had a 17% up here. But these are times when I kind of went crazy. Up here I went 14%. I've been kind of doing my own thing. If you stick with the chart and stick with the kind of the safe, emotional way to do this, is if you get above at 1.76%. If you get above about 2%. Now, we call it 1.76 because Todd is very, he likes, it's very, very specific. But like I'm like, if it's around 2%, okay, he's got the OCDC, he's got the ACDC on. No, he's got the OCD, OCD. He's got the OCD. So 1.76 means something to him. To me, it's like if I get around 2%, if I get 1.9, if I get 1.8, if as long as I break that 1.76, I feel good. If I get 2.5, if I get 2.2, I'm going to stop. But the rule would be stop at 1.76. Okay, so if you get to that point, you're fine. Today I took that 4th trade, I got 4%. It's not necessary, but I do believe that when I hit that 3rd trade, I wasn't up. I was only up by 1.5%. So I had to make a choice. Am I going to go for the 4th trade, or am I just going to go for one more? I just went for the 4th trade. All right. So trade number 1 would be $1. Like today I did $1.80. Let's say I did $1.80. And it rounds up, this chart rounds up for you what your trades will be. It takes out the safe trade. It takes out a few dollars of the last trade. And it takes out your first trade exactly from the last trade. And then it gives you 5, 6, and 7 more. If you want to kind of climb up the compound, you can do that. But that's why I like this chart. It gives you the numbers. It gives you the major upstop. So like if you gained 7%, that would be a lot. You could stop there. That's just telling you, if you get this high, don't keep trading. Don't keep risking your account. You're already up 7% above, so stop while you're ahead. This is the stop while you're ahead, basically, number. Major upstop, okay? And your starting risk for the day is $25. So you change the green, so like 7%, if I change this to 8, it would go up. So we're at 7% risk. What it does is it takes that risk that you're willing to risk for the day, it divides it by 20, okay? So you get 20 chances to get a 2 or 3 series in a row. And it gives you a $2.05 starting trade. So really, 205. I can start with 205 tomorrow. That's really good, actually. This is a rounding down mechanism. It rounds down the number. I'm rounding down because rounding up puts you in a little more risk. So because we're compounding, I'm rounding down my trades a little bit, just saving back a little bit of money. It might be 5 cents. That's all it would be. But you're rounding the number down. And the reason I'm rounding down at all, or rounding up or down, the reason I'm rounding is because I keep trying to put in like $4.96 and I make like a I make like a $49 trade. I'm trying to make a $4.96 trade, and I accidentally, because of the stupid numbers and the period and everything, I end up making a $49 trade. I've done it 2 or 3 times in this month. So I started rounding, so the numbers are a lot easier to type in. 3.80, 7.20. I'm doing 1 decimal point. Okay, and you can do that too with this chart. And then there's 3 careful stop points on this chart. It basically tells you if you're down a third of your risk, stop. If you can come back later. So you have $25 today to risk, and if you get down by a certain amount, it's going to tell you, hey, you're down this far, you should probably stop. So you're just going to use these numbers as sort of like a safety net. Like the problem is we'll get into a chart, we'll start trading, and we'll start losing really bad. And at that point, you might be, what we've learned is if you're losing, you're absolutely losing. I mean, I'm usually winning my first 3 trades of the day or first 4 trades of the day, and I'm doing it over and over again. It doesn't seem to be that hard to do. So if something doesn't feel right, if I'm on my 5th or 6th try, I've blown 6 trades now, and I haven't got my win, I just want to stop for the day and not even the day, just stop for that hour, 2 hours, come back after lunch, come back that evening, come back at a different cycle in the chart, because sometimes the charts are going all over the place and you're just not feeling them. You want to come in, you want to look at them, you want to get a feel for them, you want to trade at that moment. That's what these 3 stop points are. It would give you 3 chances really to lose. At this point, I could lose. It looks like I could lose 12, 15. I could lose 20 trades. Okay, 20. So let's say $37 is my risk, and I'm taking a $2.60 trade. Believe that's by 20. Yeah, it's taking this number right here. It should, it's taking this number and dividing it by that number. So this is actually 385.86. We need to change this. So we're going to put our numbers here, because the numbers go up as you go. And then your starting trade would be 7%. Your starting trade would be $1.33. Stick that in, so it says $1.30. That's tomorrow, okay? And a reason why I think this was a little higher for me is because I was dividing by 15. Anyway, the reason we're compounding is because, and we're setting a steady stop loss, is because of Todd's revelation on Romans 13. But put on the Lord Jesus Christ and make no provision for the flesh to gratify its desires. What we realized with binary options and with any broker, but specifically with Pocket Option, who we trade with, if we allow our whole account up for grabs that day, if we come in and we say, okay, I've got $385, I'm willing to martingale 8 deep on that, or 6 deep, or 4 deep, Pocket Option will take your money and you will be broke. It won't happen that day. Maybe not that day. Maybe that day you're fine. Maybe that day you're good. Maybe the next day. Maybe for 10 days you're good. One day, as you offer up your full account, you're basically, it says you're making a provision for the flesh. You're using greed. It doesn't even matter if you're using greed. But the point is, you're offering up Pocket Option, your whole account. You're saying, hey, I'm going to use the whole account today. So if you want to, go ahead, take the account. If you want to, take it. So right now with this 7% risk, all I'm telling Pocket Option they can take today, if I absolutely get my butt handed to me today, all they could take from me is $27. That is your risk today. That is it. That is down 7%. And that's the only safe way I know to trade. Anyway, you have to make that up. Before and previously, before I wore the cowboy hat on my last video, and put that podcast out about the Romans 13 on both channels, I believe, but at least on my Music City Trader. Before that day, I was offering Pocket Option, my whole account, and really, this is all thanks to Todd. He called me, he's like, dude, I had a revelation, and this is it. And I realized he's right, because we had been trying to protect our accounts as we've been trading, but we also had the idea that we have to leverage our account as much as possible to get all this money, and we have to martingale because we have to have all this deep. So we've been saying for the last year and a half, man, if we had 10 grand in our account, we'd be unstoppable. Well, not necessarily. It's just the idea that you have a lot of money that you can leverage. Yes, we know, we watched some YouTubers that are really good and they have a big account, so they can do stuff that we can't do. but they're also in grave danger so many times. We'll watch them and we'll be like, man, that was so dangerous. Like if that trade just would have went the wrong way. So there's elements of luck in this for sure. So what we're doing is trying to get rid of that idea that we're just going to get lucky all the time and we're just going to get a deep account where we can just cram it down there and just keep winning. But we're going to keep our wins big and our losses small, just like I did today. All of my losses were only $1.50. Now, my compounds, I did lose my compounds and I lost my compounds here, but they were all based on $1.50 starting trade. Now, you're saying, how are you going to make any money? How are you going to make any money compounding $1.50 for the rest of your life? Well, that's what the chart is for, and that's why you should grab it over at the website. Click the link in the description, because when you do this compounding, okay, and if you're listening to the podcast and you don't have a link in your description, just go to fascinatingworldofbinaryoptions.com or go to binaryoptionstradingstrategy.com. You can find our links in all of our videos or all of our podcasts. So you can get the chart. It's pretty easy to get. If you start with just $141 in your account, okay, and this is how we're going to make a lot of money, and you just get a 1.76% gain per day, okay? If you scroll down here to, and I'm going to scroll all the way down because we're not going to get greedy on time on this chart. This chart is not a greedy time chart, okay? If you go for 6 months doing that, and it's fairly easy to do, it's very easy to do once you get the vibe of it, you're making $1,600 a month, okay, just on that 1.76% gain, okay? You can keep going because I'm going to keep going. And I'm going to accelerate my plan. I'm going to add some money because I have some money I can put in here. But right now I'm doing process. So let's say we go all the way down to the end of the year. Now we're at day 360. Well, look at that. It's not even day, it's day 364. I need one more day in there. Okay. So if it's day 365, what I want to do is make this purple for you and make it real big. And I want to talk about this number. Okay. This number is serious, and I want to make it real big so you can see it. So if you do what I'm talking about on that little chart, starting at just $141 account, after a year, your account will be at $80,000. So, you will have made $80,000 into your pocket option account. And if you keep leveraging that every day for a 1.76% gain, your daily increase will be $1,422. Okay? And if you keep leveraging that same thing every day for the month, you will be pulling an income of $42,000 per month, or $500,000 a year. Okay. Now let's back this up, because this is more likely what's going to happen for me, and Todd's also going to add some money. But let's just change this number to 1,500. Let's say if we started out with 1,500. Now that's, it's not a bad investment for pocket option. That's probably about as much as I would want to start with at this point. But let's say I start out with 1,500. Now we roll up here to 6 months from now. 6 months from now, you're actually making a $200,000 a year salary. You're daily increasing by $600. Okay. Now you can't even roll this out past that too far, because if you go all the way down to the full year, you have a $5 million a year salary. Now, I will tell you that's unrealistic because of the starting trades every day would be too high. In other words, you can't even go that far. So if you've got 1,000 or 500 or 300 or whatever you want to put in there, you can put the number in there and you can see how long it would take you to get to a key level income that you could stop and really make money that you want to make. Maybe you only want to make $5,000 a year or a month. Let's say if you made $1,000 a month, you'd be happy. Extra. This is extra. Let's say you're just saying, I'm just trying to do this on the side hustle. $1,000 a month, you're trading for about 5 minutes a day. Let's find out, if you start with $150, your monthly income hits $1,000 at day number 150. So you do this for a couple 4 or 5 months, starting with $150. If you started with $1,000 and you said, I just really want to make $1,000 a month, then you start with $1,000. You roll this down. By day number 38, so by the end of about a month and a week, you're making $1,000 a month. That's monthly vacation money. This is the chart. It is called Music City January 2023 Master. No, that's not that's not it. This is the Romans 13 chart. You're going to get this. This is my full pack of charts, but you're going to get the Romans 13 chart when you go to the link in the description. I'm excited about this because I'm tired of losing. We're coming up on 2 years in pocket option, and yeah, it's been tough. It's been fun. It's been kind of interesting, but it's been a lot of winning. A lot of winning. I mean, we've hit this button a ton. You know, the button that we play on our show, the win button. Yeah, we've hit that button a lot, hundreds, maybe thousands of times, even in our show. And at the end of the day, we would lose our accounts because of financial strategy. So it's not about, you got to have a lot of different stuff. Coming up on all that, I'm releasing a new book. It's not going to have this financial strategy in it, but it's going to have the way that I trade in it, the way that I'm winning trades. You've got to learn to win trades. My book is out. I'm going to, it's not out yet, but it's going to be. I think I'm ready to finally put out the strategy book, the one that shows the way that I'm trading and that Todd and I are trading, all of our different strategies. But right now, we're really just trading by feel, but it's based on everything I've learned through my strategies. So I think it's still relevant to read strategy books, but I don't think that you're going to win pocket option by strategy, because winning trades is really just not that hard. What you're going to have to do is change the way you see the math. Change the way you see the math and have an actual plan and keep your emotions under control. Pick up the Romans 13 compound binary options trading sheet. You can follow us over the next couple months. This is the plan we're on. We're not stopping. This is the only plan. I'm not going back to my martingale, and I'm going to be compounding this way up, all the way up to a full-time income as a day trader. That is the plan. Hey guys, thanks for watching the show today. Make sure you like the channel, subscribe to the channel, and get on here, because we're going to keep doing this. As soon as Todd's studio gets back up, we'll bring him back on the show. I hope it gets up soon, and he can tell you what happened to it, because it basically got destroyed. Anyway, we'll see you on the next episode.